Hello, my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. Thank you for being patient. Things have been topsy-turvy here. Well, everybody's world is right now, but at my home, it's hard to work. Anyway, let's get let's get to talking to Robert. I'd like to explain because I don't think I've read for you before that I see, hear, feel, sense, know. They talk to me, but they also show me pictures, and I call it spiritual charades. And I describe the picture the best I can. There's always a reason for whatever they say or show. So if you don't understand it now, you'll remember it later, see it later, or somebody else will validate it for you. Go, oh, I know what he's talking about. So this is not an exact science. We communicate the best way we can. So sometimes you got to think outside the box a little bit. He won't give me all the details. He'll give me just enough, because the details are none of my business. So he'll give me enough so you'll know what he's talking about, or should know. And like I said, they never waste a message. So there's always a reason. So just hang on to whatever he says if it doesn't make sense right now. Okay, he says he's trying to talk to you. So, and I always tell people, we not only hear with these ears, we hear with these ears up here. They're telepathic ears that you can hear things. And okay, do it again. He's going like, psst, hey you, psst, hey you, sis. There's a lot of S's in it. So you may not hear, hey, he's going, hey, hey, hey you, hey, 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 hey. So there's also a lot of S's in it, so you might be hearing a lot of s, because you may not be hearing all the words. You might be hearing it up here. He's talking about tapping you on the head, like, hello, hey, 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 you, hey. So you're probably not going to feel it like knuckles hitting you on the head, but you could be getting a headache in one spot, just one spot every so often, because it seems like he's repeatedly doing it over and over and over. So it could just feel like, it's not going to feel like a knuckle because we don't have knuckles anymore when we're there. It could just feel like something touching you, or I always tell people, it usually feels like, sometimes it feels like they zap me with a pin. Sometimes it feels like a bug crawling. It just depends on their energy and how you receive the energy. But it will be in one certain spot on your head. And this is the spot he's showing. And this is the right side of my head. You know, these videos look backwards. I'm backwards. They tell us what we need to hear, not always what we want to hear. So he may not answer all the questions. All I can do is ask. I can't make him. We're not. I will explain that they used to show me exactly how they died and what they went through, and some of them were so horrific I've asked them not to do that anymore because it got really heartbreaking. So, excuse me. Song, excuse me, the song Beautiful Crazy is playing from here. Anyway, before we were rudely interrupted by the phone, the song Beautiful Crazy was playing on the phone. So, anything that happens to me during a reading is something for you. So, listen to the song Beautiful Crazy. He's sending that to you. And he's got a big smile on his face. So, when I asked you how he passed, he went like this over his heart, and then it looked like he was taking something. So I would say that he ingested something and it stopped his heart. It had caused a problem with his heart. He's not wanting to go any further with it, and that could be because I don't want to see it. Anything worse than that. So let's see what he's. Right now he's jumping rope. He's literally jumping rope. He's jumping rope by himself. He's got a big smile on his face. So somebody recently, or you're going, I don't know what jumping rope's going to do with it. I don't know if you have kids and they've been out jumping rope. I don't think anybody jumps rope anymore. Or you're going to see it on TV or Facebook or in a meme. It doesn't matter where you see it. Know that that's going to be a sign from him. I asked my guys to do something a little different. Come up with a unique stuff just for them, just between the two of you. So he's showing you, and it's like you have a lot of literal. He's showing actual words. Why coming out. Why this happened? Why now? Why? He said he was supposed to leave. Well, before we come here, we already have a predestined exit point. This is what I've been taught. It might be when you're 1 day old, might be when you're 100 years old. It can be when you're in your 20s, 30s. It can waver a little bit depending on what's going on around you or what's going on in you and how it's going to affect what it's going to do for the whole collective thing. And he's saying it was his time. So he said it happened a little different than it was supposed to, but there was a reason for it. So who learned something from it around him? That's usually the biggest point. Okay, he's mentioning Carolina. If he's mentioning the state, that's fine. If he's mentioning a person's name, it may not be exactly Carolina. It could be a female with a CCA name, but he's mentioning. He's not telling me what he means by the name Carolina. We don't usually get names exact. Harboring a fugitive. Is somebody harboring a fugitive? I don't know where he's going with that either. He's walking behind me. I don't know where he's going. Hang on. He says, I'm standing right here. Now, he went over there towards my living room. Okay, so he's over by my recliner. So if you have a rocking recliner in your house, and he's got his hand on it, and he's pushing it, and he's trying to make it rock. So watch, if you have a chair in your house that rocks, watch for it. And usually when they do it, it's not like when you plop your butt in it, and it moves or like really big. It'll be just a little bit. You'll just barely see it, usually. And now he's heading towards my kitchen. Hang on. Okay, so I have a piece of old meatloaf sitting on the counter that I was getting ready to throw away. And he's taking pieces of it and he's dropping it on the floor. So you're going to find crumbs on your kitchen floor. It doesn't have to be meatloaf. You'll find crumbs like, I don't know if you have kids. You might think the kids dropped it there. But you're going to find little messes around your kitchen. He's trying to let you know he's there. He really is. Music. He's talking about music. Music makes the heart grow fonder. I don't think that's the name of a song. He's not saying why he's mentioning music. A lot of them talk through music. So, okay. So I play what I call first song on the radio. And usually you can't do it like, okay, I'm going to be in my vehicle right now. I want you to play a song. It doesn't work that way. Usually you got to give them a little time. Electronics are the easiest thing for them to manipulate. So say you go to work and you go, when I get off work, first song when I get in my vehicle to leave, I want it to be a song from you, a message from you. And a lot of times when that, and then listen to that song or the title of the song or the name of the artist could be Robert. It just, it'll work that way. And a lot of times when I'm driving down the road and I go, "Ooh, is this song really from you, Bob?" And a vehicle just like his will be sitting at a stop sign as I drive by. It's like a validation of the song. So he wants you to pay attention to that. Try that. He says that I thought he was going to give me a warning for you, but he said it's not that you're in any danger. He says the only danger you are in is the way you talk to yourself. It's the way you think about yourself. He wants you to love yourself more. He says you don't love yourself enough. You put yourself down. And he's kind of hanging his head like it makes him sad. He says you're a beautiful person. Even though I didn't tell you that when we were growing up very much. He's calm, he's peaceful, he's very laid back, very peaceful, very almost quiet, peaceful. He's talking about an uncle type figure that was there to greet him. Now, sometimes somebody doesn't have to be your blood uncle to feel like an uncle, so I know that sounds vague and it sounds like I'm stretching it, but I won't make anything fit. He's talking about an uncle that was there to greet him when he left. The uncle has a tie on. He's got kind of a belly, but he doesn't look like the kind of guy that would wear a tie. He doesn't look like a guy that would be comfortable in a tie. It's like his jacket isn't a suit jacket, it's a casual jacket, and it's, I don't want to say sloppy, but just not fit and shine. So hopefully that lets you know who this uncle is that was there to greet him. And they're hanging out together around a campfire. He says he just wants you to know that he's fine. He's perfectly fine. He says people are watching you, as in you're a leader. You're a leader, and you may not even realize that you are. And people are watching you, and they're following your example, and they're looking up to you, and they're admiring you. And he doesn't think you're feeling this. He doesn't think that you know that people have a lot more respect for you than you think they have. He says, so be careful what you're teaching, be careful what you're leading. Now he's standing back behind me and he's jumping up and down. See where he's going with this. He's jumping up and down and he's making faces at you like this and like this. Those kind of faces maybe when we were a kid, you know, all the creepy. So he probably made those faces to you when you were younger. But he's doing it again right now, and he's jumping up and down. He's all excited. Now he's getting all excited. He's not so calm now. He comes around here, he turns around, he sits down over here, and he sits there and he stares at me. So he's and this is to my left. He's sitting right in front of you, looking at you, thinking that one of these days you're going to see him. So you could possibly see him, and maybe you won't see him dead on like I see him, but in your peripheral vision, it's so, a lot of times you'll think you see something walking by, and you turn your head and there's nothing there, but you did see it. I don't know why it works in your peripheral vision like that. So out of the corner of your eye, You're probably going to turn your head and you're going to think you see somebody sitting there, and it's him. Talk to him. I promise you 1,000%. He can hear you. He can see you. Just talk to him. Asking to send you little messages. Asking to do something that you know absolutely for sure that would be him. Um, asking to bring you signs, and then wait just a little bit, and what pops up all of a sudden? His name, like I said, a vehicle like he had maybe on TV or driving down the road, or um, game that you guys play together, anything like that. I don't know what he's moving. Hang on. Where are you at? He's back in the kitchen and he's trying to move something, but it kind of looks like a piece of paper. So I don't know if you have some papers on your kitchen counter, but watch for them to move or fall off on the floor, or I don't know what he's doing with them. He's just kind of sliding them like he's trying. Sometimes it takes a little while. I always thought, hey, you go up there, you've been there before, hey, you should know everything, but you don't. I don't know why it works that way. He said he's here. He said he comes around to boost you up, to boost up your self-esteem. So whatever he was good at when he was here, ask him to help you with that now. And you would be surprised the doors they can open or the people they can nudge to put in your path that you need. He said the family needs you. So don't be afraid to reach out to them, even now. They still need you. He says everybody's afraid to bring his name up. Everybody's afraid to talk about him, like, oh, we shouldn't talk about him now. Why? Somebody he's related to still needs to talk, and he wants you to reach out to them. It doesn't matter how long it's been, they still need to talk. And they think nobody wants to hear it anymore, that everybody's tired of hearing the blah, blah, blah. So he wants you, and it's a female, he wants you to reach out to this female. Is carrying a very heavy burden from him leaving. He says it's not her burden. It's not her burden. He says it's his burden. But he wants you to reach out to this female and see if you can help ease her burden, because it's really weighing on her. And it's not you, it's somebody he wants you to reach out to. Okay, he says sunshine and roses, sunshine and roses. So I don't know where he's going with that either. Sometimes they just throw words out. Roses have come up a lot lately in my readings, and I don't think any of them are blooming yet. So I'm not sure where they're all going with the roses. He's talking about a special song that you hear that always reminds you of him. He's not saying the name of it. I feel like it's some kind of rock and roll. All right, so he's leaving. So he says, do the first song on the radio. Listen for the psst, 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 or the hey, 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 and when you hear it, let him know you hear it. Let him know that you know that's him. Tell him if it sounds like it's all muttered, mumbled, you can't understand it. Tell him you need to slow it down, or I can't understand you. Speed it up. I can't understand you. Whatever it is, tell him how you're hearing it, because he doesn't know on your end how you're hearing it. He just knows what he's doing on his end, and he knows he's not getting through to you, or you just don't realize it's him. Okay, he's leaving. Much love to you, my dear. Okay, watch for those things. Watch out in your kitchen, too. He's going to be making a mess. Much love to you, Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. See you later.